tuned in to the all-new Action One Network. Turn up.
Winning. Winning. Better fall, cause I'm all in. All in.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Back in this thing again, A1 Live. We appreciate everybody that's checking us out via Facebook Live. Everybody checking us out on weareA1.com. Make sure that you go on Google Play and get the app. You know what I'm saying? The app is out now. You know what I'm saying? Apple coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Tell them quit making them jump through the loops, but we coming now. You know what I'm saying?
It's dead in this town. You know? It's crazy. Gotta shake things up. Yeah, for real. Let's go.
Quiet nights, there is no sound. Who needs a life with no fun around? Quiet nights, can't feel a pulse, can't hear a heartbeat. It's time to wake up.
Wait.
3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Janetta, and I am still live at the Indie Fest. This is A1 Live Pop-Up, and I am here with the organizer of this amazing event. This is Mr. Jano, the Sun King. And Jano, I know you're more than just...
Everybody say, get in the action!
Get in the action!
What he dabbing on him, okay.
Get into action.
Yo, we in here dabbing on the real. Y'all stay tuned, more to come. Action One Media Group. It's time to get into action, man. For real.
In your face.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, I see you out here killing people, bro. You looking good out here, man.
Hey, don't mind me, brother. I'm just trying to live my life.
Looking good, too. I see you with the Michael Jackson shoes on.
$30 out of Greenspoint Mall. I don't...
Hey, look, I see you doing $5. You should be acting bad on him, man.
I might have to probably do something about that, man. You know what? I'm probably going to have to act bad on him, man.
Look here, man. Look here. Act bad on him, man.
I think I'm going to have to do that because they not hearing me, bro.
Hey, you got $1?
I knew you had an angle, bro. Like, God, dog, bro.
Really?
You just couldn't...
Tiny GB.
Acting bad on them, run up the bag on them, press that gas on them.
make a little change. This for all my workers, working for minimum wage. I can't be nice to them. Y'all gotta feel my rage. How you gonna count me out? I got hit after hit, showing that fake love. They been thinking they slick.
You tuned into the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume.
Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. A1 live back in this thing, man. Action Squad, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Atum Ra. You know, we appreciate y'all checking us out. Got RJ holding us down on the boards. Axon Jackson always got us right. Jay Nicole and Jay Norm.
What up, y'all?
What's going on? We in this place, man. How y'all doing this week?
Man, I'm good. I'm always good. You know, as soon as we go live, I'm happy.
That's fine. Jay Norm, what's good with you, baby?
I'm good on my end, brother. What about yourself?
Oh, man, you know, too blessed to be stressed. You know what I'm saying? Living my best life. You know, not going back and forth with these ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
That's all we could do.
Yeah, man.
I'm living my best life.
Hey, man, you know, I just got to start the show off, man. You know, past few days, you know, I told y'all last week I was banned from Facebook.
Did you get your access back?
Yeah. They, they finally let me out on bail.
All right, there it is.
But,
Hold on. Who is Jack Wallace, though? You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man. I plead the fifth.
I don't know.
I don't know that.
I almost didn't. Somebody had sent me a friend request. I don't know who it was, but I almost didn't hit accept. But since I'm such a friendly person, and I love everyone, I've never met a stranger. Yeah. I went ahead and accepted. I can't tell you what I saw.
Hey man, all I can say
top
is
secret.
I have no idea who that person is. So,
okay.
I cannot take any accountability for what comes from that page.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to say me out. But on my band, I was kind of observing, and the past few days, been kind of watching and seeing what's going on Twitter, Instagram, and everything. Today is the 30th day of January. First day of this month, and I can see some of y'all already lying. Everybody talking about what they was leaving in 2018.
Oh, man.
They ain't even made it a month. They
Oh,
started all
man.
day.
That's why I don't make resolutions.
No,
It's
they
just
ain't made it a
ridiculous.
month.
If you're going to do something with your life, do something with your life. If you're not, don't,
Speak
Stop running.
Yeah, well, I said I was going to be working out, but kind of lying myself, man.
Oh, that's all good.
Health is wealth. Health is wealth, man.
It is true.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to start the show off by giving a big shout out to the National Black United Front, Anubis, Tribal Power, Blacklist Association, Melanated Men of Action, BLM, HTX. Last Saturday, I had the pleasure of attending an event on that north, at Crofton Street Apartments. It was a block party. And what the block party consisted of was, just bringing hope to the area. We had the DJ, we had food out there. We actually also had non-perishable foods people could take, clothes, face painting for the kids. And, the most wonderful thing about that event is, I just listed off like 5 or 6 different organizations that was involved. And pretty much every organization was doing their own version of the what is now the block party, and just to see a bunch of different organizations come together and build a united front and put together everything that every group was doing good individually to put it together to make it a big event,
big and powerful, right?
Big and powerful, and it was and the reason we chose that community was because it was one of the places we visited right after Harvey. When we were going different places and, trying to help people that were still trapped in their homes. And, even when you go over there now, it's still apartments boarded up. And
that's crazy.
A lot of people need help. But, it was kind of dope because, we out there, we cleaning up. Then all of a sudden, we just hear some music. They got their own trail ride going on the north side, Okay. Came through with the whole buggy, a 2-story carriage, like one's on the top and the bottom.
Oh, they was doing it.
Bumping some Boosie. And riding horses and ATVs.
I love trail rides, man.
And man, it was ladies on the horses, on the ATVs.
Don't discriminate. Don't discriminate.
Not at all.
Jump up
man.
on them horses
I'm
too.
pretty sure it was a lot of people on the roads, man, because they was taking up the roads. You gotta love it, man. That's Houston, man.
You know, this is the only place you can really be and just go outside and just randomly see a horse.
Right. Man.
Somebody riding a horse at the red light. Stop
Right.
like they in a car.
Right.
You know?
On the horse, talking on the cell phone, smoking black and mild. Like,
Yeah, I love my city.
Hey, man, definitely love it, man. But, we definitely want to continue to inspire and influence people that want to initiate action within their community. And we definitely want to let you all know that Action One is here to support you. Community organization, all the way to businesses. If you're interested in having Action One come out to cover your event, contact us at info@weareA1.com.
Or you can go on our website at weareA1.com and click on that little blue button at the bottom of the page and go ahead and sign up right there.
Most def. Hey, man, I got to shout out to my boy, Knowledge Born, checking us out, man. Shout out to Do the Knowledge Radio. They always out there, man. Y'all hit us up, man. Organizations that's out there that's actually putting in the work on the front lines. Let us know.
Yes.
So that, we can use our voices to support them and, possibly connect them with other resources,
Yeah, we got a lot of them, We're not stingy with our information. We like to spread the knowledge to bring people together. That's what we all about.
For sure. What it's all about. For sure. And, man, we wouldn't be nothing without you all, man. So make sure that y'all go to weareA1.com. You talk to us. You let us know. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Patreon. Become a member. Subscribe. And we got y'all. But, we finna go on and, I ain't gonna, as my brother said, I ain't gonna pontificate. I'm gonna go ahead and roll into this break. You know what I'm saying? We finna get into some, what we got? We got some good old Vinyl Fusion.
Man, y'all don't know about Vinyl Fusion. You about to be educated right now.
For sure, man. So, man, Action One, man, A1 Live, man, RJ, man, cue that up for me, baby.
Yeah.
Action One, doing it for the culture.
Drop it. Juice. Look, ride on till the world is cracked up and the sky is open. They be telling me lies, taking the of my family portrait and denied the culprit. My mind's insulted cause I'm assaulted. A king is just, I'm deep and content with my content. Looking to the light to the east of my continent. Better catch up like condiments. Money never bought a nigga common sense. So when I rhyme, I'm making sure every line condensed with insight. Give insight even the blind convinced. We can put me in like Popovich. Politics, lots of tricks. Caught your optics for apocalypse. They got lots of tricks. It's like Copperfield. I'm copping still for that martial law. So when I start to draw, it's like Molotovs going across the jaw, ball for ball. Cause nigga, this the art of war. Yeah. There can be no revolution unless there is
You tuned into the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume. You tuned into the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume.
Hey, yo, what it do? Action Squad in this place to be, man. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about everything that you can do through our website. Make sure that you all go check us out, man. Man, later on, we got a special thing to give away, Jay.
We do. You guys need to stay tuned in because we have some lucky people who has a chance to win a gift card. So for everybody who came out to, we're gonna go ahead and do it right now.
Okay,
My fingers are. Let me see. I want it to be fair. So I want one of y'all. Who gonna do it? Who gonna do the honors and pull the lucky winner?
Let Jay Norton do it.
Come on, Jay Norton.
I'm gonna cheat. I put my name
Only
in there.
one. Only one.
Pull my name, man. Pull my name.
Who's the winner?
Atumra.
Molly Holland.
Molly Holland?
Molly Holland. I believe.
Molly.
Molly Holland. I don't know if you're watching right now, but if you are not, we will make sure we contact you because you are the A1 winner for this particular raffle.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that participated. Shout out to everybody that showed us love there.
100.
Man, so today, we just want to build on the importance of organizing, and I get disturbed sometimes when I see the conversations that surround the whole political atmosphere. I'm not disturbed by the narratives that come from the mainstream media because I expect that. I get kind of confused with everybody that's supposed to have all this information and be so enlightened and so aware, still following along with a lot of these narratives that come from the mainstream media.
He taking it there, y'all. Taking it there.
I often, get on my platform and kind of stir the pot sometimes.
He do.
Some
he be in the
people-
kitchen whipping.
Yeah, I be whipping, and people, people think that I be talking about Trump or the Republicans or whatever. But it's more so about are we critically thinking about the talking points that we're regurgitating and we're repeating.
Right.
The different things that people talk about. One thing that's always interesting to me when people talk about in relation to Donald Trump, when they say that, and this is just my personal opinion, but when they say Donald Trump is not America, he's not what we believe.
What do you believe America is? I mean, I guess everybody has their own viewpoint on it.
Absolutely.
But somebody could look at me and say, I'm America. They could look at you and say, you're America. They could look at you and everybody else in this studio and say, you are America. And on the other hand, they can flip and go somewhere else where it's a whole bunch of other people, different races, ethnicities, whatever, and say, you are America. You are America. America is a melting pot.
Absolutely.
So, Trump is America. He's a part of it. Because America has a lot of different parts to it.
America does have a lot of different parts to it. And when you talk about old xenophobic, racist, homophobic white men.
Yep, he's that.
You were talking about things that fall in line in accordance with the history of what we've known this country to be. Now, of course, we know that we want this to be a better place. That's why we're here. That's why, a lot of you that check us out are here. But, we can't be foolish about the facts that there are a lot of people that share those identities. And a lot of those people are sitting in Congress in control of this country.
Yes.
And so, this past, 2 months, we've experienced what they've called a government shutdown, which, affected up to like 800,000 workers. Which I definitely think was pretty significant.
Yeah.
I do think the media did kind of overblow it a little bit because even though it was a lot of people, still was only 25% of the government. Not like we was talking about 50 or 75.
Man, let me tell you, that's still a lot because of those 25% of government workers, there were mothers and fathers and families who couldn't pay their bills.
So let me ask both of you all, and everybody out there, feel free to chime in. If Barack Obama shut the government down until they got Flint clean water, or until every police department that has a history of police brutality does a review, will we be mad at Obama? I want to propose that question.
Let me tell you.
To the audience, and also I want to ask you all.
Just your
opinion.
It's gonna be a split decision because America is a split country.
Right.
Me personally, you have to stand for what you believe in. So me personally, for those particular reasons, that's worth fighting for. That's worth struggling for.
Right.
For a wall, Not so much.
But then I agree with you, 100%. You know what I mean? just playing white devil's advocate.
Yeah, I know.
If they seriously believe that their way of life is coming into play, and it's really just kind of looking at both sides, because I just don't get into the whole, oh, they stupid because they believe this. You know what I mean? Even though I 100% disagree. Yeah. I think, you know, a lot of the stuff they say is wrong. But then it's also like, when you're talking about core values and, you know what I'm saying, the things on the other foot. And like I said, we just talked about how a lot of people were affected by the shutdown.
Right.
But that was something that we believed in. So when we have the same feeling about 800,000 people not getting a check for a month, not being able to pay their bills and everything else like that. What you think, Jay Norton?
My opinion, I would say, like I said, it's to each his own first and foremost. But at the end of the day, I think that's bringing things together, meaning, you know, to help out a city in the U.S., like, you know, it's such, like, say, with the illustration they just used, Flint, versus separation of a wall, making more diversion in, you know, in a group of people, I guess you could say. So I think, like I say, it's to each his own, but you look at it two different viewpoints. I think one is to help and the other is to push away or to, you know, bring division in a sense.
Now, you know, I know Trump has his reasons for wanting this wall, you know. What they are.
And they kind of changed it. They know.
You know.
And I mean, if you've been listening to him say it, and the media continues to run with, they know it's not going to be a physical wall. You know, they talking about drones and all that other stuff. But to that point, though, the fight is over the symbolism, over the wall, over we're keeping them out versus we're inclusive.
Let me tell y'all something. So all of y'all supporting Trump, y'all going to want out of America one of these days. And where you going to go? Huh? You gonna have a wall blocking you from getting salvation, baby.
Or it's like they say they should have put the wall up in 1492.
That's what they should have did.
Yeah, that's another story for another day. You know what I mean? But you know, the whole political fight is temporarily. I wouldn't even say temporarily ceased, because they are in talks now, and we are looking at potentially another government shutdown in another 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
If the two sides do not come together. And so, you know, and the reason I'm talking about this is just because there's been so many different narratives that are going on surrounding this specific political fight. But I definitely think that now is a time for those that have recently voted individuals into office, you know, with this past election wave, to make sure that you are making, you know what I'm saying, proper demands, and make sure that your representatives are using their political capital and their power to actually fight for you. And, you know, another thing I kind of step in sometimes is, you know, about this whole, like, Russia investigation and things like that. And I mean, I know this dude is a criminal. He was a criminal before he was in office, right? Now, necessarily, have I seen any evidence of him doing any criminal with Russia? I haven't seen anything like that. And like I said, there may be some evidence there, but at the same time, we have voted the individuals to go to Washington and our different state capitals for a reason. And, you know, I don't want the witch hunt of Donald Trump, as much as I want this dude out of office, to overshadow people actually fighting for, you know, still underfunded schools, you know what I'm saying, communities that need access to mental health, food deserts, things like that, things that are the real issues. And, you know, I don't want people to just be there trying to get their name up and their profile up.
Right. We need to be paying attention to that stuff all the time, because, you know, one thing about it with mainstream media is that they'll dangle that piece of meat in front of you, dangle it, and there's a whole bunch of filet mignons and lobsters all around it, but they go dangle a little hot dog in front of you, and you're going to be focused on that hot dog. So, you know, we need to stay up on what's going on, period. You know, when you see something major happening on mainstream media, you need to turn it off and pick up a book or go to a website in another country and see what's really going on.
Pay attention to what they're trying to take focus away from. I guess
Absolutely.
you could say, so.
Yeah, you're right. Because, I mean, yeah, it's always something to take something away from something else.
Yeah.
Kinda,
It's a distraction.
Absolutely. Kind of like we were talking a few weeks ago about, I was talking with some friends about this whole like Donald Trump, Space Force, things like that. And, you know, like, of course, like anything that comes from Donald Trump is funny, you know what I'm saying?
Comical.
But, you know, like the reality is the Navy already has a space branch, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And also that there are companies already trying to make technology to go to space in order to mine the different near Earth objects.
Right.
Because, you know, they're rich in iron and all the different.
Right. All
BS
these
materials
different
that-
type
that-
of
right.
all these different elements that we don't even know about on Earth yet, but they know about it because they're already up there.
Right. Or, you know what I'm saying, some of the same things that are on Earth that, you
Yeah.
know, they can get more abundantly. And so, you know, governments and companies are already kind of jockeying, to use no pun intended, jockeying for space. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be the first ones out there.
Yeah.
And
Space
so,
cowboys.
The different governments, of course, are, you know, trying to get their hands in it as well. So that's just, you know, one of the examples that, you know, saying that talk about on, like I said, how we can laugh at Donald Trump and everything else like that. But
This
you
time
know,
a million years ago, we're gonna be having the same conversation in space about what's happening up there.
Yeah, man, and you never know, man. In 20 or 30, 50 years, man, they may try to paint him as the hero.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's how we talk about our founding fathers.
You know, that's only if we don't stand up and paint our own picture.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. We got to tell our own stories.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I always talk about Coochie Chocolate. You know, that's my favorite word. You know, most people associate it with one of the days of Kwanzaa. But Coochie Chocolate is self-determination, self-defining, you know, us as a people, speaking for ourselves, defining ourselves, naming ourselves, and really just kind of defining everything for ourselves. You know, that's why we're here at Action One. We're trying to use the media because the media is important.
Yes.
You know, they are watching. You know, I got a 13 and 15-year-old. They all on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, we're just trying to, you know, use our voice to keep it rolling. So, you know, we're talking about, you know, everybody's already talking about 2020. You know, in a minute, you know, it's 2019. You know, I definitely want to build on some of the things that are going on here locally in the city of Houston. But, you know, since we, you know, kind of started talking about Trump, everybody out there that's checking us out, I know you've already kind of heard some of the candidates that have thrown their name in the hat to potentially get the Democratic nomination against Trump, from Kamala Harris to Julian Castro. I don't know, man. I've been hearing some mixed reviews on Sister Harris. But, you know, but see, I do like to do kind of like trolling stuff too, where it's like, all right, you know, I may pull up a question like, tell me what y'all think about Kamala Harris. Everybody, blah, blah, blah. She ain't for the people. She locked people up or whatever.
How you know?
Right. And so then she kind of.
No, I know.
But, right. So then everybody like, oh, no, we won't support Kamala. She's not for us. And then the next post will be, okay, well, if she is a Democratic nomination against Trump, they gonna vote for her, Trump. Like,
but you know, that's kind of like what it is. Period. Well, no matter who's running, is you choosing the best out of what you have in front of you. You know.
And so this is why you have to be careful throwing rocks when you live in a glass house, because once again, we're laughing at Trump supporters that have voted against their own interests, and we may be potentially
doing the same thing.
So, I mean, these are just different things that we have to be conscious and we have to be aware of. And like I said, before you start pointing a finger to get some type of more high ground on somebody else, you know, you need to look at your own closet. But you let us know, you know, who you think may be potentially, you know, a good candidate. Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders. I heard Hillary may run again.
Put your comments in.
Hillary
Put your comments in.
Y'all want to see Hillary run again? Trump will smack that up again. They gotta come tough, man. I even heard the dude from Starbucks talking about running as an independent.
Oh my! And you know what? People will vote for him just because he's from Starbucks. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's potential, but I mean, I think the only way he could win is if he ran as a Democrat.
All his people, whoever,
you
he
can't
gonna
win,
get.
you can't win as an independent.
He gonna give away a free Starbucks coffee for every vote that he get. The whole world go vote for him.
Right. Yeah, hey man,
Y'all shallow, man.
He could do it, but he can't do it as an independent. You know, it's rigged against independents. You know, 'cause you gotta win the electoral college vote, and the Republicans and the Democrats pick who get the electoral college. So essentially.
But hey, if he give everybody if he give everybody a coffee, he might just he might make it.
Oh, we not boycotting Starbucks no more?
I mean, I've never.
I don't know, man. Y'all got to tell me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Y'all let us know. Y'all still boycotting.
I don't know. You know, I drink coffee from the gas station, so you know how we do it.
I got a Keurig. Fancy up over here with my pinky up and everything.
You know what I'm saying? No, my wife got one too.
I know. I love that Keurig, man.
She love that Starbucks too, man. She got the Starbucks to go.
K-Cup. She got the Starbucks K-Cup.
Hey, man, everywhere we go around the country, man, she pull up that app and order the Starbucks, and it be that when we get there.
She an expert Starbucks order.
They be serious.
Hey, man, but hey, Starbucks 2020, man. You never know. You never know. But yo, you let us know. You know who you think may potentially get the nomination. Who you want to see run, or who's a dark horse candidate that you haven't heard name mentioned yet in the mainstream media that you think that we should put forth.
Y'all should vote for me. Jay Nicole, 2020.
I told him you was under 35, so you can't run.
Don't sweat the details. Okay.
Hey, man, A1 Live, baby. Brother I2 Rob, man. Check us out, man. RJ, what it do, baby?
You tuned in to the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume. You tuned in to the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume.
Solomon and the one Queen of Sheba. No, they not love will never sweet like Solomon and the one Queen of Sheba. Yeah, come back to the moon, Solomon. The one Queen of Sheba. No, they not love will never sweet like Solomon. One Queen of Sheba. Reading out the Bible, 1 Kings chapter 10. The Queen of Ethiopia came to Jerusalem to bear a spacious precious stone, good and burnt offering, but also bearing many heavy questions to the king. Say Solomon was blown up for his wisdom far and wide, and from the Queen is secret and the knowledge he did hide. She said not even I was told to me be wisdom and prosperity. No, they not. Well, after the king go there to council with the king, you know, so Solomon he only wanted one thing. So that they can see based on the couple. And to that something Solomon did give his right ring. So well a baby in her belly back to action she did go. But they but that a man a leg while still on the road. Put the ring upon his finger, so the whole world have been loaded to his veins. The blood of King David did flow like Solomon and the one Queen of Sheba. No, they not love and
You tuned into the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume.
Bolt, Gay, Powell, 4, 5, and 6.
Yo, you made it. You made it to the new year. Now it's time to get started. Start strong. Most of y'all wrote down New Year goals and New Year resolutions, but it doesn't start there. It starts when you take action. The start of the year is the most important part of the year because it's the momentum that's going to carry you through. Think about it like this for all you track people out there. The most important part of the race is out the starting blocks. 9 times out of 10, if you start last, you're not going to finish first. So start strong. Start that plan. Start that diet. Whatever you do, just get started. 365 days is what you going to do with it. So my encouragement for the year is to start strong and everything else to take care of itself. It's your boy Jay Norm. Start strong. Peace and blessings. Don't forget, start strong. Let's go, baby. Peace.
National records, season's best. You'll see it everywhere. New world record, 9.58.
You tuned into the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume.
Hey, yo, man. Hey, man, big shout out to, man, my homie Soulfire.
Yeah.
Man. Gloria Kings, man, that just dropped, man. Make sure that y'all get out and y'all support that brother, man.
Soulfire.
Every time I turn around, this brother somewhere else, man.
He everywhere, man.
You know what I'm saying? He boy straight out of Galveston, man. Well, you know, he from the island, but you know, he down there on our other island, man. But yeah, every time I turn around, Corpus Christi, Dallas, man.
He be El Paso. I seen him in El Paso the
All
other day. I was like, what?
Hey, man, shout out to my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Always doing it, man. You know, we appreciate y'all checking us out, man. And like I said, let us know who you would like to see run against Donald Trump in 2020. We definitely don't want to miss. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but you know, we definitely want to make sure since we are and we broadcast live from the great city of Houston, H-Town, always holding it down.
Yeah.
You know that you know, all of our local residents that we do not get too focused on 2020 that we forget that we do have elections coming up in 2019. And we have different things that we have to look at in 2019. Mainly the mayor's race. You know, got a lot of love for Brother Turner. You know, he H-Town. You know,
He fixing the plumbing. He fixing the plumbing in the streets.
But you know, it's, the city's facing some hard times right now.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about the circus of the chaos that is going on with the HISD school board,
I just don't understand
and
that.
they're still in search for a permanent superintendent.
What is the real problem, though?
You know, it's a lot going on there. You know, to the different battles that they previously had with the police union. And because of that, you know, that translated into another fight with the firefighters.
Fight everybody.
And, you know, I definitely believe that they have, the city, you know, has definitely made bad deals. I definitely think that, you know, the policemen and the firefighters do deserve their pay. But, you know, it's a mess, you know, when you're talking about what's going on with the city budget and the budget fight. And then, you know, most, I wouldn't say most important, but most relevant at the moment is, you know, recently there was a raid on a home and went to go serve a warrant. And I believe 4 or 5 officers were shot. And, you know, it was interesting, the narrative that started out because it was in a majority immigrant neighborhood that they
Everybody
were
thought they were Hispanic.
Yeah, and then, you know, we come to find out, you know, that they were, you know, of the complexion with the protection.
Caucasian.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to keep my sponsors. So, you know, it was definitely interesting seeing that narrative change around. But, you know, the thing that caused most people attention was the police union rep. You know, they came out publicly and said that, you know, they're tired of the assault on police and that they are going to be essentially cracking down more harshly on protesters and people that are
I tell you,
are definitely voices within the community that would like to hold the police accountable for the different mispractices that they do in communities that we occupy.
Now, let me tell you, I respect police. They have a very difficult job, you know. And for those police officers who actually live by the code to protect and serve all people, I believe that you should be protected and you should be well cared for in your community.
Agreed.
Now, with what you just said about they want to start cracking down on the attacks on police,
right? Correct.
That should be a concern, but a bigger concern to me, and I can't speak for everybody, but a bigger concern for me is the attacks on minority people, black people in particular.
Absolutely.
You know, so I feel offended for them to come out and say something like that because they're being attacked. And see, they have a color blue that they can get behind. Wearing the color blue, you could be black, white, yellow, green, purple, whatever, you know, whatever ethnicity it is, but you can hide behind the color blue. But when it comes to us, we're singled out because we are one color. No matter how many shades we are still black people.
Most definitely.
And we are under attack.
Absolutely.
Especially by the police.
Absolutely. And how this all kind of ties back to the mayor, because there have been several local activists, you know, Brother Ashton Woods, Sister Sherry Dior, Brother Jerry, and other people that have actually went to city council to express their concerns with the different narratives that have come out. And Mayor Turner pretty much has been backing those that have, you know, made the statements and those that have protected them. And so, you know, we only got a few minutes left, so I definitely, now I'm not going to get too deep in that, but, you know, we just want to make you all aware, and, you know, we'll definitely build upon that as we get closer to the elections. But, you know, we want to make sure that, you know, even though talking about 2020 is nice, talking about getting Trump out of office is nice, but remember, we have to organize now. We have to get in front of what's going on now. Like I said, mainly 2019, we got elections going on here in Houston, man. You know what I'm saying? Jay Nicole, let the people know, man. We got a lot of people hitting us up that say they want to be a part of the movement. They want to get down with Action One. How can they do so?
Man, it's very easy for you to get down with Action One. You know, if you want to become a member of Action One, you can go on our website at www.weare1.com/memberships. You can also, if you're a business owner, small or large, you can sponsor this show or you can sponsor the entire company, Action One Media Group, at www.weare1.com/sponsorship. We have a Action One store if you want to support us in that way and get you some nice fly official action gear. weare1.com/store. We have hoodies, mugs, all types of stuff. Just go and see. You like to shop? Me too. Go ahead and buy yourself something. Okay, and then we've got interns. You know, we're looking for we've got interns, but we're looking for more interns. So if you guys are interested in media, broadcasting, you know, if you feel like you can talk very well and you want to be in front of a camera, hit us up. weare1.com/interns.
Most def, man. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all checking us out. We appreciate everybody that was rocking with us, man. Make sure that you check out weare1.com. I'm your brother, Atun Rob, man. Shout out to RJ Action Jackson, always holding us down. You know, make sure that y'all support Jay Nicole. SG2 in Space coming on tomorrow, Thursdays at 8. Dabbing on the Real at noon, every Saturday on Action One. And Traveling Made Affordable with our sister Tanya White at 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Make sure that y'all check them out. And, you know, normally I, you know, give some fake deep quote or, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But, you know, we got a powerful brother that's down with the squad. You see him definitely through our commercial breaks, and you definitely will see him, you know, more often. So I'm gonna close y'all out with the powerful words of my brother here, Jay Norm. I'm not even gonna tell him what to talk about or what to say, but I'm gonna let Jay Norm carry us out, man. What you got for us,
brother? My encouragement is basically to stay in the moment of your process. Enjoy your process, man. Everybody wants to rush or take the elevator to success. You know, it's like rushing your process. But understanding that there's no quick method to success. You have to take the stairs. And it's going to be hard times. It's going to be rough days. But at the end of the day, enjoy the good and the bad times. Because once you get to that certain point, past all the, like I say, just the process, then that's when you look back and reflect, and you're able to enjoy what you went through, because you're proud of yourself, because I made it through the difficult times, or I made it through that process, and also learn from that to because you're gonna need those tools to be instilled once you get where you need to be.
Yeah.
So,
Hey man, it's that
Yeah.
heat, man. Hey man, another week up, another week down, man. And y'all, make sure y'all remember action, agility, life, and community.
Yes.
Action 1, man. We here, man. How we leave them, Jay Nicole?
Man, get in the
action.
action. Yeah.
Peace, it's Brother Atum Ra, and you tuned in to Action 1 Network. Back in this thing again, A1 Live. We appreciate everybody that's checking us out via Facebook Live. Everybody checking us out on weareA1.com. Make sure that you go on Google Play and get the app. You know what I'm saying? The app is out now. You know what I'm saying? Apple coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Tell them quit making us jump through them loops, because we coming, man. You know what I'm saying?